Real talk, real life, real sisters, and real Southern. Welcome to Southern Sisters. We're Megan, Lindsay, Courtney, and Evie. 4 sisters with 16 kids between us, running small businesses, chasing big dreams, and keeping it real along the way. Each week, we're diving into all things self-care, motherhood, business, and faith, sharing the good, the messy, and the hilarious moments that come with it. Whether you're striving for balance, chasing your dreams, or just trying to keep the kids fed, we're here to remind you that you're not alone. So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's chat.
Welcome to our episode of Southern Sisters. We are so glad you are here. This is going to be a fantastic episode. I'm just letting you know from the get-go. Today we are talking about social media and how to be your authentic self online, whether that be Instagram, Facebook, or any other corner of the internet where you choose to reside. Before we jump into that, our icebreaker question for today is, what is your love language? What love language do we all have? And I can start off with this one. My love language is quality time. So if you love me, you'll make time for me.
That's the truth.
Make time with her.
Mine is words of affirmation. And it was very clear since I was little that is what I love. I don't need anything on holidays except words, and my kids and husband know. I don't care to write it on a sheet of paper. I don't care. I just want to hear words.
Should I confess a story real quick? 100%.
Yes.
100%?
Yes.
Okay, so when Lindsay and I were younger, we were frenemies.
Desperately.
And we loved each other, but there was 4 years between us.
Yeah.
And so
We were very different.
We were very different. And I remember being a teenager fighting with her, and she was like a tween, and like we would just butt heads all the time. The only thing I could do to make a fight end would be to yell, "I hate you."
And I would just crumble.
Because she would always have to have the last word.
Yeah.
And we're both witty and smart. And
Yeah.
so I'd like give her a zinger and she'd zing me back. And she'd zing me, I'd throw another zinger at her and she'd zing me back. And it would just get so frustrating. And it would build and build. And finally I would just be like,
She knew how to hurt. And I'd be like,
and then Lizzie's like, oh.
true.
And
She
I
knew how to hurt me.
Like
Yeah.
I knew that would be like the end cap of the argument.
Gotta love siblings. They know how to hurt you the worst.
Yeah.
Lindsay would pop my mouth when I said butthole.
Like a child.
I cannot believe you said
No, Courtney, don't say that.
I hate that word.
Now my kids are going to be like, butthole, Mom. Now they're listening to the podcast.
I don't think they will. They probably don't want to get popped in the mouth.
I don't even do that to my own kids.
Let it be known.
Sorry, Courtney. What's your love language, Court?
My love language is words of affirmation as well, because I took the test recently and that's what it said.
And we were all shocked.
Yeah, because I show love through acts of service.
Yeah, you
I think
do.
we all do because of Dad.
Yeah.
Like that's how and being natural people pleaser that I am. I serve people. That's how I show them love, but I feel love whenever people say nice things to me. So
Yeah. Love that.
I love that. I'm going to love you better.
It's the truth. It helps
It makes a
people love you
difference.
better.
I'm
really
not
does.
even kidding.
It really
It's
does.
changed our marriage. Knowing each other's love language.
it's true.
That's great.
Evie.
Yes, I feel like I kind of have two, but one is quality time. This might be a little bit weird, but I feel like if I could shrink and like fit in Josh's pocket and just like be with him all day, like I would totally do that.
You'd be so content.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my second one I would have to say is gifts. I love to like give gifts to people. Like if I see something that like makes me think of them or that I think they would like, I just love to like give stuff to people.
You're a great gift giver.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
That is fantastic. Okay, so let's jump into our topic today. We are going to talk about how you can build a business presence online while still staying true to your authentic self. What does that look like? Not everyone feels the need to have a presence on social media, first of all. But if you are a business owner in today's economic world, social media is a part that you just have to play. Social selling is a huge part of business now in the world that we live.
It's also really fortunate that it's, for the most part, it is still free, which is great if you're running a business.
For me, it's not about like the social media part of it. It's about having an online presence. Like my stuff is like, they want to look me up and make sure that I'm legit. And I have to look good online so that people know. I have to have reviews. I have to have testimonial videos. I have to have enough online so that people can search me and then call me to do business with them.
Yeah. So whenever I moved to the area, I had to find a new like hairstylist, which once you find someone that knows how to do your hair, it's so hard to like leave that person. But one thing is like that person had to have a social media presence because I wanted to see their work. Like I just feel like that's really important. And like you said, the reviews as well.
Yeah, the reviews. Everybody looks at the stars, reviews of people. So, Megan, I've always felt like you are super good at keeping up with what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're so passionate about this. And you know exactly what to look for whenever all of this stuff is going on with technology. I think that it's really helpful for me to have Megan's, like I tell people about your photography.
Yeah.
And having the link to show them, like, these are the pictures that she takes. They can look at it before they call. And then, like, because you have that out there, you're going to bring in more business.
It's great.
It's kind of like a resume. Is that what?
Yeah, like a resume.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do social media for my mom for her financial services industry. And it's funny because she says all the time, like, I haven't necessarily grown a lot as far as her numbers. She has like 800 followers on Facebook or something. And she says she wants more. And while it is good to have more, a lot of what you do is you just put valuable information out there so that people look, there's something to find. And that's a really big deal. And that happens because you're consistent and you know what message that you want to share with the world, which is usually in that instance to be a space for education for people, which I think is really helpful. Our world, there seems to be a tech revolution going on right now. I think that 100 years from now, they're going to look at this time period in particular and be like, this was just like the Industrial Revolution was forever ago. I was listening to something right now. We have AI that everyone's talking about. AI is a tool that people are starting to use. They're starting to incorporate it into their businesses. They're starting to replace jobs in some cases, which is scary. You see it. Honestly, we've been using AI for the last 20 years because that's what Google is. Google is AI. Only now the capabilities that people have been developing the last 10 years, it's like light years away from what Google was and what Google did. I was listening to a podcast last week, and it was talking about how Microsoft released this like 20-minute video talking about how they have released and created a quantum computing chip for technology. Now, right now with AI, overnight, they could learn, like this program teaches itself overnight about 10 years of information.
Dang.
Wow.
Quantum computing, this quantum chip that they have created in America, which is a really great, proud thing. We should be proud that Americans did this because quantum computing has been like the arms race of the Cold War. So this is like something that China and everybody everywhere has been trying to be the first one to do. And so the fact that Microsoft did it here in America, huge, awesome, great opportunities. What the quantum chip will do is to be able to compute 100 years in about 10 hours.
Whoa.
Wow.
So it's going to take what we're able to do now and multiply it by 100. What does that mean for technology? What does that mean for business? What do you think, Lindsay, when I tell you this?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I think in the travel industry, there are a lot of people that have been doing this industry way longer than I have been, and they are so afraid of their jobs being replaced. And I hate to tell you, but they already have been. And people are so afraid of the technology that they're not embracing it, when the answer is that you should embrace it and let it be a part of who you are. Because what's going to happen in this world is people are going to be so technology driven and dependent that people are going to be craving human connection. So if you can embrace technology but use it in a way where you're not replacing the personal touch, it's only going to make your business better. And I was telling Adam about this several months ago. I'm like, I feel driven to learn AI. And I don't know why, because I am not usually that person. But I feel really strongly about it, that I need to learn it and become an expert in all AI things. And so I was telling him, like, this business, I want to be at the front of a wave. I'm sick of being at the back of a trend or a back of a wave or waiting for someone else to figure it out and then I figure it out. I want to be at the front of a wave. And so I have made it my goal and mission to learn all of the things that I can about AI and incorporate it in as much of my life as possible while putting it in its place. So it has its place. It can better your life. And just like the internet, how everybody was afraid of the internet in the 90s, you know, yes. Does it have the ability to do evil? Yes. Does it have the ability to do even more good? Yes. It is a tool that you can use to better your life if you use it correctly, and better your business, better your family, better so many things. So don't even get me started on AI, because
So you are a
I love
fan.
it. I love it.
Okay. I was not a fan of AI. Felt severely threatened by AI. I felt like artificial intelligence, the capabilities of it just weirded me out. I remember having one of my kids was talking on like a Skype, back when Skype was cool. They were talking to a chat bot, and it completely weirded me out. Talking about how, like, they were, and it was one of those things where I could see on my phone what was going on. And so they were talking and they were like, "Hi, how are you?" Like, they're talking and I'm like, it's a robot. And I was like, this is weird. This is weird. Not a human, not a human. And especially like even in the gaming space,
There's so many apps too. It's so creepy. Like
it's crazy.
And you can like make a famous person, and like I'm sitting there watching my kids, and they're talking to a famous person.
Yeah.
But it's like, this is my friend now. I'm like, I don't want you to have fake robot friends. I want you to have real friends.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to put it in its place.
Yeah.
yeah, it is crazy.
So what changed you, Megan?
Well, so my sister Lindsay did a course.
Is that what
called-
actually changed it for you?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's called
Oh, self-worth to wealth.
Self-Worth to Wealth. And it was done, she did it, put it together for the travel industry, but really it could apply to any business. And one of the things they did was using AI, like, to help streamline your systems and help you organize, like use it as a tool to organize your thoughts and organize your direction and organize the different things that you want to accomplish.
It's like a personal assistant if you train it and know how to use it.
Yeah. And that was really impactful to me, to be able to maximize my time working so that I'm able to spend more time with my family and I'm not stuck on a computer all the time.
That's the whole goal.
Yeah.
Let it help you. Let it help you better your life, better your business, give you more time with the people you love.
Yeah. So I think that was great. Courtney, have you been able to use artificial intelligence in your business?
Yes, actually, I love it. I feel like it has to. I feel like you got to come up with the right questions. Like, you have to know what you want from it. And I've used it to help me with, compliance stuff, IRS tax laws, like what's this code for this? And, whenever I'm working on paperwork and tax forms and things like that. And it just kind of like gives me assurance that like what I'm doing is correct. And that's really powerful. Like, not feeling like I had college education and being able to just learn every single day whatever I want to know.
Yeah.
It is so powerful.
Yeah.
Like if I want to know how to do something, I have every tool to just do it, learn how to do it. I just need to figure out what I want to learn or what I need to do, you know, and that is still, I feel like, part of the personal touch that you need. Is everybody's unique and everybody has something different that they want to do. And you could use it for home systems, you know, you could use it for parenting. You can use it for, like, I used it for what's a fun young adult activity that we could do that would be like, you know, really chill for people that, you know, come to church and ones that don't come to church. Like, what are some good activities? And one of them was Werewolf, the card game. And so we had a young adult activity this past weekend, and we had like 10 couples come, and it was so fun. We just had a blast playing Werewolf. So it was really chill. It worked out great.
I think that's awesome. I feel like when I was listening to this podcast before, one of the things that they mentioned was that 10 years from now, the world is going to look like a very different place. And the difference between an apocalypse and like euphoria is all about the intention that the people as a whole are going to take with this technology. Like, are we going to use it and take that time that we free up using it to do things with purpose? Or are we going to be
Reactive.
well, mind-numbingly numb?
Are we going to dive in, go down the rabbit hole?
Yeah. So that leads me to my next question, like my next thought. How can we be creators in the space of social media versus consumers just of social media? Whether that be personally, whether that be professionally, I think it can go both ways. I think that one of the saddest things in the world today is that there are so many young adults that could put so much good out into the world, and they choose to just be sharers of other people's information.
Like copycats?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Like, have a voice and say it. Be proud of how you feel. You have divine thoughts in your head.
Have an opinion.
Have an opinion and act on it. There's this group think going on with the internet.
Cancel culture.
That's so easy just to follow trends. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, where are those people that are willing to stand up and say this? Even if it's just sharing a beautiful moment, sharing a real, authentic moment. So how do you feel whenever I say be a creator and not a consumer? What does that make you guys think about?
Not to be political, but there was something that happened this past week that just like broke the internet. And I was like, I felt like there was really one voice that I was hearing of what happened. And I just thought, do I believe that voice of what's happening? Do I believe that that's what happened? Or do I go and watch the whole 50-minute video of what happened and see what really happened?
So what'd you do?
Neither one. I have not been able, I don't have 50 minutes right now, but I just thought I decided to step back and not take a stance.
Not making
right now. Yes. Like,
Just
I
stay
don't have all
neutral.
the information. This isn't truth because it's popular. You know, this isn't what really happened. And, you know, there's so many stories that are like, who knows what really happened? And it's like, this is, you know, fake news or whatever. And you can't believe everything you read, but you don't have to see something and believe that that's true just because you only see a portion of it.
Yeah.
You know?
You mean you don't have to pick a side in the moment?
You don't have to pick a side at a moment. No, you don't. Especially if you don't have all the information. And I know when I know what's going on and whenever I don't have enough information to form an opinion. So that's my job and my responsibility to get enough information to form an opinion before I just start sharing other people's stuff that I don't know anything about.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah. More people need to do that.
I agree with that. I feel like there is a lot of things out there that it's just like either just part of the truth or like the truth like twisted a little bit to like scare everyone, and nobody, and like you said, everyone is just taking like that person's word or like believing it as fact versus doing their own research of things. And so that's something that I have been working on as well, is like not just because somebody or a lot of people are posting this, I've been trying to not just take, you know, their word for it and actually being like, okay, well, let me actually do some research about this and like get like a full knowledge of things and then form my own opinion about it.
It's crazy for me to think there are experts out there that know exactly how to manipulate the public to view things a certain way, and that they are working to do that in every single home that we let in social media. And whenever I think about, oh, this story, whatever it is that I'm seeing, this could be just promoting a movie. This could be just promoting somebody's something for their own personal gain, and it's just things are getting smeared all around the internet. And what do I do as a person that's consuming? Am I going to just share and believe and talk to people about how ridiculous it is? Or am I going to choose to say, I don't actually know what really happened. And it's not my place to have an opinion about this right now.
Yeah.
Because
Or
there are
do
more
I
important
care?
things. Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
There are more
Should
important
we
things.
care?
Exactly.
No.
You get swallowed up in it.
Totally.
Yeah.
Blake Lively.
Yeah.
Which side are you on? No sides. No sides.
Because I don't know what happened.
Right.
Oh, I've chosen a side.
What did you say?
I've done the research.
You said Justin's side?
She's chosen a side.
I said, oh, I've chosen a side. I've done the research.
I love it. Oh man, that is funny. But it does kind of go hand in hand with being authentically ourselves. We have to recognize that everybody out there is not authentically themselves. And to be aware. So as members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, we believe in a prophet that leads and guides our church today, just like Moses from the Old Testament, just prophets and apostles, just like Christ had in the New Testament. We believe that. Our prophet today is President Russell M. Nelson. And one of the things he has said over the last couple of years that has stuck out to me, it's like clear as a bell, I can remember it in my head, is that he said, you will not survive the coming days without the constant companionship of the Holy Ghost, having the Holy Ghost and the Spirit guide you. And that is why we live the way that we do. And we try to stay close to the Savior and stay close to our covenants so that when you have those moments when you're faced with truth and not truth, you're able to see that and spot that, because it's huge. It is a big deal.
That reminds me of a story. It wasn't a story. It was Super Bowl Sunday, and I was talking with you guys, actually. And I was super frustrated because the last, 6 months to a year, I've been, trying to figure out social media and, learn everything I can and learn what all the experts do and paying for all these things to learn all these classes and do all these things. And I have just been left, so frustrated and annoyed. And, trying to do the things that people tell me to do, I'm like, I have lost the thing that I love about it and the things that I love to do. And I was sitting at Super Bowl with you guys and not watching Super Bowl, obviously, in the other room.
We were having a mastermind.
We were. And it made such a big difference to me because I'm like, I hate what I'm doing and I need to find my voice again. I want to help travel agents so bad, and that is who I want to talk to. And I know what I want to say to them, and I know how to speak to them. But I also just am missing the fun parts about myself that I love.
Yeah.
Who I am. I love to laugh. And I was trying to give so much value, and that I was missing that part of me that brings people in. more than anything. And you guys were literally like, I want to see everything. I want to see your life. I want to see what you're making. You do sourdough. I want to see like the silly parts of me. And it just like broke me out of this box of what I thought I had to do because people know better than me. Because the experts, because they've had success, but they did it in the way that they are going to do it. I want to do it in the way I want to do it. And it's going to be different because there's so many people who are the same.
Yeah.
And they're saying the same thing
Yeah.
in the same way. Those are not the people I want to talk to. So I was praying about it and I was like, okay, I want to break out of this box. I want to do the things that are more me. And I just got this overwhelming feeling like you don't have to consume to create. And in fact, the more you consume, the less you can create because you start being these carbon copies of other people. And you start doing these things like everyone else is doing that's having success. And instead, I felt really strongly that I needed to fill that time, the doom scrolling time, when you are all like, oh, my kids are finally in bed. I can just scroll and just look at things and I have a moment. It doesn't happen very often. And that was like my little, I love to do this.
Me
is great.
time.
Yeah. And instead of doing that, taking that time to put good in so I can give more good.
Yeah.
And ever
love
since
that.
I started doing that, it's changed everything. Like I remember being like, I don't know what to say. Now I'm like, I have 50 things to say. I'm learning so much and like feeling so much and thinking so much. I'm like, okay, this is what it's like to be like to create. You hear all the best things and then you can give good to other people and talk through that. So thank you guys for your thoughts about that because I needed to hear that day and to feel it's so hard sometimes when you feel like you are trying to do what everybody wants you to do, like what you feel like you should do. Sometimes it takes people just being like, no, like be yourself.
You do you, boo.
Yeah. And I could tell everyone that. And I do tell people that. I just needed to hear it myself. So thanks, guys.
I love it.
The power of Southern Sisters.
It's true.
It is fantastic. Okay. Well, I hope that this episode has been helpful. I hope that you're able to draw something from this that helps you in your social online experience, that maybe it makes you think about being a creator more of those moments online. You never know the power that you have to uplift and help somebody through the space of social media and the internet versus, I mean, it really is our town square now. And I think we all have a responsibility to put more good out there than there currently is. And that's part of the reason why we're doing this, is because we want to be a voice for good, a voice for positivity, of growth, and of the ability that you have to love and serve and help people. So I think that's great. And our call to action for this should be
Post something that feels like you. Post something, even if it's like the most ordinary thing. Just post a story or share a thought or put something online that you feel like could help somebody and be a light to those around you.
And don't worry about like the likes and the views.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
even if it just helped one person, wouldn't it have been worth your time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. All right. Until next time.
Keep striving and we'll see y'all soon.
Thanks for hanging out with us here at Southern Sisters. If you loved today's episode, don't forget to follow us on social media for more laughs, heart-to-hearts, and behind-the-scenes real life. We'd be thrilled if you subscribed to the podcast, left us a review, and shared it with your friends, because life's always better when we're on this journey together. Until next time, keep striving, keep laughing, and keep showing up. We'll see you all back here real soon.